Tonight we are playing Azul Pavilion Mini, which is the smaller travel version of Pavilion. Now I'm more familiar with the base game of Azul, so this is sort of the first real time playing the game. We're going to play just a couple of rounds tonight. It has a similar mechanic of picking off coloured tiles from the central board, the drafting mechanic. How you place tiles is a bit different, which we'll sort of get into as we play. More important than the game is my guest. So tonight I am joined by Gaia, who is the president of the RMIT Science Fiction Gaming Association.
Yeah, that is right.
Yes, I definitely had to ask multiple times. Gaia, can you tell me about the club?
So the SFGA, also known as the RMIT Board Games Club, which is the casual moniker we have given it, is a social club for students on campus, off campus, alumni, anything of the sort, to come, meet up, play board games, hang out, make friends. We have a huge assortment of board games and meet twice a week on campus.
So it's your turn. So it's a club for RMIT students, so current university students in Melbourne, and you're saying focus mainly on board gaming. So just remember we've got the green is the wild this round.
Yeah.
So as we were talking, you were sort of talking before the show about what sort of games you play. Can you tell us sort of about the range that are played at the club?
So there is a huge range of games, from short card games like Coup or Skulls to more lengthy ones like Root. We have honestly a couple expansion packs for Root as well. Another one I'm familiar with is Betrayal of House on the Hill, that take quite a bit longer than something like Coup or Exploding Kittens, which are those short, fun, friendly games.
So I guess it's the balance of having games that are sort of welcoming, and so if it's short, obviously sometimes it's easier to rotate people in and out, and also to teach, versus sort of a bit more chunky games which people can get their teeth stuck into.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually you'll see like a lot of different groups of people usually playing the smaller, shorter games, but the really like committed, shows up twice a week members will be playing the really lengthy ones.
And so the other thing is you were talking about you're president of the club, but you were saying that as much as you do like board games, you don't own board games, that your talent lies elsewhere in terms of part of your involvement in the club.
Yes, so I don't know much about board games. I have always been into them. I've played a lot since I was a kid. When I was a child, I even made my own Coup card set. But I've never been like a huge board game nerd like a lot of people who show up have been. But I have always been into these nerdier hobbies: video games, board games, card games, and I realized that something that a lot of the community lacks is organizational skills, which is something that I personally possess a lot of. I'm good at task allocation, good at organizing, good at being the person behind the scenes, rather than, being there and playing the games all the time.
And you talked about that one of the focuses that you had was sort of welcoming a lot of different people into the club.
Yes, it is. One of my biggest focuses as community organizer has been to cultivate that community rather than just show up and play games. I think that a really important part of being a club organizer, especially on a university campus, is the inclusion of neurodivergent people, disabled people, queer people, and people from all walks of life, who may, especially after lockdown, who were in high school during lockdown, they lacked the community needed to build these relationships.
That's an interesting point. Is and not just for people of those communities, but also just in general. There's a lot of people who are high school students who are now at university who were in those lockdowns. Do you think there's a lot of university clubs are maybe quite popular because that is the social connection, in-person social connection that people were missing?
I think that people really want in-person social connection. I think that in university and out of university, in club and out of club, I have seen a huge increase in the last 2 years in attendance and memberships for clubs. Even I myself have joined a myriad of clubs, even the ones that are unrelated to games. And I think that it is really important for the club leaders to continue to cultivate these things and provide spaces for people.
So now we start placing our tiles out on the board. There are bonuses if you have connecting tiles, and also if you sort of cover up these things, we're going to let you grab extra tiles from here. So we'll start placing those out now. I think I'm going to go.
Had really big hopes for the club. I think when I came in, it was kind of in a really bad place. Like, not to, you know, slander anyone of old, but it was not being, it didn't have a full like leadership team, and it was being run by pretty much one person, and it's very difficult to run such a big club by just one person. And my intention coming in was to kind of like dig it up, like actually like book rooms, run bigger events, run D&D, bring tabletop games back, bring video games, movie marathons, and specialized events rather than just showing up and playing board games. And obviously being in my third year got to me a lot, and I didn't manage to do as much as I would like. I didn't manage to show my face in the club as much as I would have liked, and that made it quite difficult. And so I think that the direction I really want to see it go in is much more D&D, much more tabletop, much more, you know, the things that were the root of SFGA, that bring the science fiction back rather than just having just the gaming.
What are you most proud of?
I think I'm most proud of the fact that I've managed to bring in so many people and like run events where people are playing, about 50 people are playing D&D at once, and it's running smoothly. Organizing like the DMs that will come in and offer, you know, come in for free just to play the game with newer players, older players, and having these things run so smoothly, being able to like feed all of them and have it just, it's beginning to end smooth.
Which I think anyone who's tried to organize friends to come over for a game night realizes it's not always as easy as you would hope, especially if you're looking at people who may not know each other, different study requirements as well. So it's really exciting to hear what you've created. It kind of makes me, I never studied RMIT, but I wish I had the opportunity, because this sounds like an excellent club.
I think that outside of, you know, the gaming side, the things that I'm incredibly proud of are that the fact that so many people have shown up to this club and consistently come and felt included enough and have made such like good friends. Friend groups have spawned from this. I met some of my closest friends through this club.
So thank you for coming down and sort of chatting about the RMIT Board Game Club. If people who are students are finding out about that, how would they connect to the club?
So we have a Discord server, a Linktree, a Facebook page, an Instagram, so we are on everything. But the best ways to find us are going to the Rusu site, joining the Discord, because we post all of our events on Discord. All of the announcements, all events, all the information that you could ever need is on Discord. And the sign-up sheet is there, and you can honestly just show up whenever. There is like such a low commitment, no entry fee, nothing. Just show up at any point, leave at any point. If you're not having fun, you don't have to, but I hope you do.
So I think there's also a good thing to say is, if you're at another university, there's probably going to be board game clubs, so look into that. If there isn't one, maybe you and some friends can start doing one. Yes, it does take quite a bit of work, but I think you'll get something out of it. If you're not a university student, there are plenty of different meetup groups around, I'm probably sure, every city in the world. It might maybe a matter of finding the crowd that you fit in with best, but I definitely recommend trying to find a club that suits you. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you so much.